we take a few minutes to recognize this year's senior men's basketball players and their special guests. First, Cody Mays. Cody is accompanied by his mother, Becky Mays. Cody is 6'5" small forward from Kingsport, Tennessee, who started 18 for the Mountaineers. During his career, he scored 272 points, made 42 three-point field goals, and grabbed 104 rebounds. In 2017, he scored a career-high 22 points in the 68-53 Berea win over Spalding University. Cody will graduate in December 2020 with a degree in business management and a concentration in marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Cody Mays. Next is senior Alex Aiden. Alex is accompanied by his mother, Stephanie Aiden, and his father, Jeff Aiden. Alex is a 6'8" center from Streetsboro, Ohio, and has been a part of 45 victories in a Mountaineer uniform. During his career, Alex has scored 51 points, collected 57 rebounds, and blocked 12 shots. This season, he was named one of 4 captains by the coaching staff. Alex will graduate from Berea College in May 2020 with a degree in technology and applied design and concentration in business management. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Alex Aiden. Third up is Jair Jackson. Jair is accompanied by his mother, Joe Jackson. Jair is a 6'7" forward from Greenville, Kentucky. Yeah. During his Mountaineer career, he has scored 276 points, collected 284 rebounds, and blocked 57 shots. He enjoyed career highs of scoring 14 points on 2 occasions and also 12 rebounds in 2 other games. Jair will graduate from Berea in May 2020 with a degree in health and human performance. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jair Jackson. Our final senior is Jacob Keebler. Jacob is accompanied by his mother Amanda and his brother Gage. Jacob is a 6'9" center from South Shore, Kentucky. He has been part of 45 victories in the Mountaineer uniform. This season, he started 6 games in the middle, and during his career, he has scored 37 points, collected 52 rebounds, and blocked 21 shots. Jacob will graduate in May 2021 with a degree in health and human performance and a concentration in education. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jacob Keebler. Folks, let's keep it going and show our appreciation one more time for these 4 senior men as we honor their contributions. During today's game, ladies and gentlemen, be sure that the concessions area, which is
right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Roland Weir-Willey Court here in Berea, Kentucky. We have some Division III men's basketball coming at you guys tonight. So our Berea College Mountaineers face off against the Methodist University Monarchs. It's going to be a senior day for our Mountaineers, so expecting a lot of play out of our seniors and great contributions from them. I'm going to be providing your play-by-play. My name is Lane Hinton, and with me is Joe Salim. Say hi, Joe.
Hey, hello, Joe.
Hello, Joe. All right, let's get into some action. We got Alex Ayton, the senior, with the tip for the Mountaineers. His first start of his collegiate career, and good timing, I'd say.
Yeah.
And Mountaineers start with possession. Cottle has it. And some keys coming into this game. The Mountaineers really looking to out-rebound the Monarchs. They feel like they have the advantage here, +3 rebound differential in the averages so far.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how the Mountaineers come out after that thrilling victory they had last game here on this floor.
And, you know, they're going to come out with a lot of momentum. They are still fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. They have to win this game, and some other things have to fall in place, but there's still a chance. And they're going to be playing with their hearts on the floor. And you can say foul was on the floor. It's going to be on number 44, Ayton.
Yeah, looks like he got his hand in there, grabbed the guy's shoulder just a little bit on the drive.
It's going to be Baker to inbound for the Monarchs. Into the corner.
Mountaineers now in this 2-3 zone that we've seen throughout the season.
I like to go to this and force other teams to start shooting. The mid-range jumper is knocked down by number 33, Manley.
Did just enough there to catch a little bit of space.
And that's what you want to do against zones, is just get into that spot. But you got to be working in the zone. Make sure your teammates have your back and get the good rotations. Mays fakes right, goes left.
Good drive there by one of our 4 seniors being honored today.
It's going to send Mays to the line.
Number 33.
And Mays, a senior from Knoxville, Tennessee. A little close to my hometown. And he has the first points for the Mountaineers. Knocks down that first free throw. And number 2 is good, so we're all tied up at 2 apiece. Another area in which the Mountaineers can look to take advantage of the three-point shooting. They do have a little bit higher percentage, 4% higher from deep.
Let's be careful, because every time we say that, it seems like the other team starts lighting it up from deep.
Very true. And no good on that three-point attempt.
I was going to say right on cue. Yeah. Good rebound there by Cottle on the way to get it out quickly to Terrell Carter.
Yep. Mays with it, looking for something. Cottle resets the offense for the Mountaineers. The baseline drive gets past his man, the right hand smooth layup.
Yeah, I think that's what, when I played back in the day, that's what you look for, is a guard, somebody who's a little too antsy getting up into your area. And then you can cut to one side and get around them. That's what Cottle did there.
Yep, they know Cottle's a good shooter, so they got to close out on him. But when you close out a little too aggressively, this leads to a great drive.
And I think what happens there also for Cottle is you create a threat of drive, which now means they're going to have to back off from time to time, giving you some open threes. So.
And checking into the games, number 4, Jair Jackson, one of our other seniors tonight. And Jackson, been playing for the Mountaineers for 4 years, had some difficulty staying on the court for some injuries, but you'd love to see him out there now.
Oh, yeah, good energy player, good leader on the floor.
Yep, provides a lot of the intangibles that may not necessarily show up on the box score, but his teammates know the impact that he has.
Yeah, kind of a Dennis Rodman type player sometimes. You know, you don't notice because he's not scoring 100 points, but he's getting a lot of rebounds, clogging up the middle, doing a lot of the hustle work.
And the foul is going to be called on number 12, Dearman, and in checks number 2, Hudson for the Mountaineers, and in for the Monarchs going to be number 3, McLaughlin Jr.
Watch number 3 a lot in warm-ups. He seems like kind of a Quay Charlton type player. Can drive, can get up really high. He almost dunked one in warm-ups.
I saw him going for it. If he gets one, I'll be thoroughly impressed. Defended by Cottle. They're looking to get it into the post. Off the pick. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, and he knocks that one down. That's Baker with his second bucket.
And that's where he's finding success, it looks like, from that mid-range jumper right there on the free throw line. So if you're the Mountaineers, you got to recognize that and start cutting that option off for him.
And that's usually one of the areas that's open in that zone defense that they're playing, so they got to be aware of that and just close out a little sooner. Charlton with a drive, but they're going to call a player control foul. So he lowered his shoulder a little bit right there. Quay doesn't agree.
Yeah.
That's what I asked you.
Looks like we got a little blood from Jair Jackson here.
And checking in for him is going to be number 30, Andrew Doty. I'm not exactly sure when he got popped right there, but
not sure, yeah.
Monarchs with it on the wing. Manley nearly stripped away from Carter. Working in the low post, gets around his man and fighting for the rebound. They can't get one. Somehow he comes away with it. Mitchell down low.
That's still a good job by Doty there, making sure he didn't get off any clean shots or even a clean rebound.
Yep, and Doty's doing a great job defensively, just forcing life to be difficult down there in the post. And it leads to a long three, no good. Hudson leaned the other way. Cottle in the corner for 3.
Wow, could have easily gotten a foul call there. Got knocked into the bleachers a little bit.
And, you know, if you're the Mountaineers, you like that shot. Good shot from a good shooter. Just got to start knocking them down. Playing a little two-man game.
Good job there by Andrew Doty, staying straight up and challenging. And again,
there it is. Doty really providing some rim protection without blocking the shot. And turnover right there as they hit the floor. Shot is blocked by Jackson, or Hudson down there. So a lot of good defense from the Mountaineers early on, and just got to be able to convert on the other end. But they're doing the small things that'll help them get into a lead, you know, just defending the paint well, not fouling, that's important. You know, past couple of games we've seen the Mountaineer bigs in some foul trouble.
Yeah.
But really like to avoid that here. And the three-pointer is good from number 10, Burden. It's going to give them the 5-point lead.
If you're the Mountaineers, you can't get down in the dumps about this little 5-point lead. A lot of the good things that are happening. And again, Quay Charlton called for the offensive foul.
So that's going to be 2 fouls on him early on. And we have a timeout on the floor with 14 and a half remaining in our first half. Berea 4, Methodist 9.
Substituting after the timeout on the floor, Monarchs, number 14, Steve, number 30, Beulendorf, and for the Mountaineers, number 3, Miller.
And we're ready to get back into the action here. Just under 15 minutes remaining. Berea is currently down 5 after a couple of turnovers on the offensive end. And checking in for the Mountaineers after that timeout, number 3, Tariq Miller.
I'm not sure if there was a point of contention that was announced to the referees to be watching for Quay Charlton using his shoulder or what, but that's 2 offensive fouls very early on him on a move that, has been pretty much status quo for the whole season.
Just in the playoffs, the officiating gets a little tighter here towards the end of the season.
As we get closer, they're going to start tightening the screws, I guess.
Tried to feed it inside, but kicked ball. Berea's going to maintain the possession.
Be interested to see if that call goes the other way as well.
I wonder how consistent it's going to be. Doty gets it into Hudson. They give it up to Miller. Inside drive, tried to feed it down low, but ball was poked away on the break. And a little too quick right there. Burden gets the layup. So Mountaineers, couple back-to-back turnovers. Really got to start tightening up the offense and making sure you're at least getting a shot attempt.
I think you got to reward Jair Jackson from time to time too. He's wide open down there, working hard in the post.
And it's going to be Methodist ball after the missed 3 from Miller. And like you were speaking about, it's important to feed the post right there, because the more offensively engaged he is, the harder he's going to play on defense and rebounding as well. It's going to be McLaughlin inbound.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few teams in the conference where you got a Jair Jackson in there, and he's not undersized. He's going to be able to play straight up with whoever they put in off the bench.
And Jackson, one of those players, so athletic, it really doesn't matter when he's undersized.
Exactly, yeah.
And good rebound right there. Gives it up to Hudson.
Slow down.
Carter with the screen from Jackson. The step back jumper, can't get that one to go. Rattled around, but no good.
That's been the story of the first half so far. Good opportunities, just missing.
And he goes in, creates the contact. That's going to be a foul on Andrew Doty.
And I think if you're Andrew Doty, you got to figure out there how to stay still, take that hit to the chest, and go down and get that offensive foul. Sometimes you have to force the refs to be consistent and give you the same calls over and over again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was there in position. He just kept moving. And once they fold the big man, as we talked about before, it's hard to keep those arms straight up.
Checking in for the Mountaineers is going to be number 5, Cottle, and number 33, MJ Embry. And Mitchell at the line. Knocks down that second one as well. And checking in for the Monarchs is going to be number 44, Thompson.
Now a 9-point ball game, 12:45 left in this first half. You're the Mountaineers, more than enough time for sure to cut into the lead and maybe even take one of your own before half.
Absolutely, but you can start playing with a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Cottle can't get that one to go. Looked like it hit the bottom of the net, but it rolled out. And that little hop shot, normally one that he hits 9 times out of 10.
Stagger.
Shoots the 3, no good. Rebound, Doty.
Hey, let's go.
And Miller looking to push it. Swinging it around the perimeter. Carter into the defense and swarmed by Methodist defenders. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, so it's Berea ball.
Good job there by Cottle and Carter trapping that.
Good recognition. He had picked up the dribble, couldn't go anywhere with it. And media timeout called on the floor. So just under 12 minutes remaining in our first half. Score is Berea 4, Methodist 13. walk into this one just under 12 minutes remaining. Mountaineers need to start getting going here. A little bit of a run, just need to see one go through the hoop. It's going to be Miller to inbound. Carter feeds it down low to Doty. Doty gets past his man, but he's fouled on the drive, and he's going to the line for 2.
It was a good job by Doty there, keeping his body under control, getting straight to the hoop. And to be honest, if I'm looking at this matchup, if I'm the Mountaineers, that's one place where you can have Andrew Doty kind of start to exploit the other team. He's got the size, he's got the technical ability. He can shoot from deep, or he can shoot the close-up. So
yeah, very fundamentally sound player. He's not going to ever try to do too much for you. And I think the free throw line's a really great place to get going. Easy shots, not contested, stops the clock, gives you some time to get back into this.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 6-13. Methodist still has the lead. Now you finally got something to go through in the offensive end. Now it comes down to defense and from Will. And great help defense from Carter right there to get a hand on that one, tip it away. Carter leading the break. Cottle for 3. That is. He knocks it down.
Way to get it started there.
There you go.
Terrell Carter, I cannot say how impressed I am with his Dwayne Wade type play where he comes from a guard position and gets those blocks throughout the year, consistent.
Yeah, great two-way player. He's going to play both ends of the court every night. And the floater, they knocked that one down. And Carter also top 10 in rebounds in the USA South Conference, so a little bit of a do-it-all guard. Miller on the wing for 3, no good.
That's a shot you're okay with, though. That is a player you would love to see start hitting some of those, and when he's got them open, that's a 9 times out of 10 type shot.
Yeah, we call that a microwave shooter. If he gets going, he's going to light it up all night. They feed it down low to Thompson. Ball is stripped away. Carter saves it to Miller. They got a 3-on-3 break right here. To Doty. Doty inside right hand. Can't get that one to go. Couple opportunities, but couldn't convert that one. Gonna be McLaughlin.
Mountaineers now down by 6 with 10 minutes left. A lot of substitutions about to come in for both teams. Good job by Doty there, getting that block.
And Doty's really leaving his mark on his game early on both ends of the floor.
Good job again. Ooh.
And a little bit of a late whistle there. They call it on Doty.
Not sure about that one. I guess his follow-through must have landed on top of the guys.
Yeah, just because he fell on him, that's probably it. But that is going to send number 10, Burden, to the line.
That's a second foul on Doty now as well. So
foul calls early. And checking in for his first stint of the game, another senior, number 50, Jacob Keebler. And also in for the Mountaineers, number 2, Hudson. And Keebler, a player that didn't get a whole lot of minutes his first couple years in the program, but really came in, contributed this year, started a couple of games, providing a great lengthy presence down low, blocking shots, rebounding, just deterring defenders from going down there. Doing a lot of good work.
And he gives you a good rim protector, but also a guy who plays his role. He doesn't try to do anything he's not accustomed to, which is always helpful when you have somebody who, does exactly what the strategy is.
Yeah.
Setting picks there for MJ Embry to get open.
Yeah, a good look, good shooter. You probably take that again. Looking to feed it inside. They get it down low. Manley on Embry. And the short corner jumper is good from Mitchell.
I'm Kevion. I go right to the basket. Oh, a little late now.
They feed it down low.
You see that open. Sometimes you got to have that Mamba mentality.
Just go for it.
Go at him.
Inside to Keebler. And stripped from behind.
They're swarming defense down there.
Dearman knocks down the jumper in transition. Timeout called on the floor. Methodist goes on a little bit of a run with just under 9 minutes remaining. Berea 9, Methodist 21. ready to get back into the action. Just under 9 minutes remaining in this one. Going to be Mountaineer basketball.
Give the Mountaineers now is where you got to start establishing something. They had a quick little run there after some free throws by Doty, and then a three-pointer by Cottle, and since then been coming up pretty empty on the offensive end.
And Carter gets it inside, tries to go up with it, fouled on the shot attempt, so he's going to the line for 2.
It looks like so far the Mountaineers have found a lot of offensive opportunities down low, or at least made trips to the line. So I think that's where they got to start looking a little bit more.
Yeah, and that's really been their best area all year, and they convert at a pretty good percentage from the free throw line, right around 70% for the team, and that's a good number. So if I'm the Mountaineers, I say keep driving it in there, creating the contact, and maybe you can get some of the other players on Methodist in foul trouble.
Yeah, and that's a good way to not only stretch the game and cause that clock to last a little longer, but also, yeah, like you said, to get the other team in a little bit of a panic as you get later in the game when you're looking at your big man and they've got 4 fouls, or your guards have 3 or 4 fouls. It makes it a little harder to rotate those players in and out and keep the lineup deep.
Yep, and then once you start driving inside, getting a couple of foul calls, going to the free throw line, it's going to force them to let you shoot a little bit more. Exactly. You know, they're going to be worried about getting that foul call, and if this team can get going from deep, they got a lot of shooters. And McLaughlin knocks one down from deep, so they take a 14-point lead. Cottle with the basketball, feeding it into Mays. Mays turnaround jumper, no good.
And that's a good cut by Mays, good feed by Cottle. You got to start converting some of these opportunities.
The corner 3 is up and no good. Rebound, Carter skips it up to Cottle. The layup, easy.
Way to take the 2 points. Young players out there watching want to try to dunk it probably, but no, you take those easy 2 points and you keep moving forward, cutting down that lead. Now down by 12, 7.5 minutes left.
Still plenty of time, but you got to keep this momentum going, get another good defensive stop.
That might be the opportunity.
And he got the timeout call, but great defensive recognition right there to double him immediately with 7.5 remaining. Score is Berea 12, Methodist 24.
30-second timeout, Methodist. Converting. Setting in that immediate timeout, 4 Mountaineers
I think that's all.
Hey, you got stretch to a medium.
And we're set to get back into this one. It's going to be Methodist to inbound, currently with a 12-point lead, 7.5 remaining. McLaughlin to inbound. The drive, left hand, off the glass, no good.
I thought that was off of the Methodist player there. Good job by Isaac Cottle, challenging the shot and working for the rebound, but
just goes out of bounds apparently off the Berea players. And they can say a foul on the floor.
And a foul going on Tariq Miller, his first.
Number 3, Miller from Mountaineers going for the hole. His first team 6.
And they get it in top of the key. Dearman with it. The pull-up 3 is good. Knocks that one down. Dearman from deep. And a 15-point lead for the Monarchs.
They've hit a few threes recently. I think you got to stop going underneath on the screens there. You got to stay up top, keep pressure on them, make them drive, because that's when we've actually been able to get some stops and hands in there.
Yep. They've done good low post defense with Keebler and Doty both providing a good interior presence, and even Cottle playing good defense and Carter blocking some shots. So funnel them into the middle and force them to shoot those inside shots. You know, can't die by the three-pointer.
Clayton Code just come in from Methodist, number 40.
And Hudson gets it into Cottle. Miller for three, and there it is. Knocked one down from deep, and that gives them a 12-point deficit, making a little bit of a run to get back into this one. But you also got to get it going on the defensive end.
Still ready.
And Dearman with it. They're looking to get it inside the post. The floater is no good.
I think that foul's going to go against Methodist. He came barreling in there, number 33, and looked like a set of bowling pins up in the air.
He's knocking everybody down. And checking in for the Mountaineers is going to be number 4, Jackson. And in for the Monarchs going to be number 10, Burden, and number 50, Denzel Smith. And the Monarchs going with a little bit of size after that substitution. And see how Jackson matches up.
I think if you're Jackson, you use your length and your speed.
And Miller with the sidestep three, can't get that one to go.
It's a good shot, good move, just got to knock it down.
Yep. Story of the first half so far. Getting good looks, just can't convert. The corner three, and no good right there. Kyle the rebound, looking up court. And down low to Jackson. Jackson right hand and missed it all.
It was actually good directorship there by Isaac Cottle, telling Ja, get down there, get low. You got the mismatch.
Cottle steals that one on the break. Euro step, can't get it to go. And a couple of good-looking opportunities right there. McLaughlin for three, way off. Carter catches the rebound, skips it up to Miller. Miller back to Cottle, back. And ball poked out of bounds by Burden right there. Checking in for the Mountaineers going to be number 10, Quay Charlton. And in for the Monarchs going to be number 12, Dearman, and number 30, Mingledorf.
Lead down to 12 now, 5 minutes left in this first half. Mountaineers with more than enough time to cut that lead way down.
Really just need a player to really step up on the offensive end and just knock down some shots. And Carter with it. Pull-up jumper. Can't get that one to go.
A little bit of a force on that one.
Yeah, and you know, Carter's one of those players you like to see him driving. You don't want to see him content and settling for those jumpers. They move it around the perimeter. Charlton with it. To Cottle. Carter, baseline drive.
Yeah.
And good job getting the contact. Draws the foul, and he's going to go to the line for two.
Number 50 actually did a really good job of actually getting to the spot. He just didn't settle in, and he turned when he got hit, which is 9 times out of 10 going to get you the blocking call rather than the charge.
Any kind of shift of your body while you're trying to take that charge, it goes to the offense. And Carter knocks down that first one. Checking in for the Mountaineers going to be number 14, Dakota Mays. Checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 11, Baker. And also checking in is going to be number 24, Mitchell.
Second shot, Carter.
Carter going to the line. And he knocks down both free throws there, 2 for 2. Makes it a 12-point deficit once again.
Execute.
And the If you're the Mountaineers, you really just want to get this within single digits at least before going into the half.
Yeah,
still plenty of time.
Stay connected. Make sure that it's not like a runaway game. And I think you just get some defensive stops like that one there, and you convert on the offensive end, and you're right back in this game.
Yep, Carter all the way, and there you go. Have to go.
And that's what you want. Some more opportunities like that where you don't take a lot of time. You're able to get a conversion on the offensive end with a defensive stop, and that's how you cut down a lead. You get back into the game, and you start some momentum going into the second half.
Yep, and Carter's one of the best fast break players in the conference and really has that ability to play point and just take the ball off the rebound and go for it. Foul is going to be called on number 23, Carter. So with a timeout called on the floor, just under 4 minutes remaining, score is Berea 19, Methodist 29. For this one to start back up, and it's going to be number 24, Mitchell, going to the line. A 10-point game currently. And he knocks down that first free throw.
There we go, ball. Yeah, there we go, ball. You got my football.
And no good on that second one, splitting them there. So good opportunity for the Mountaineers to put it within single digits. Mays with the ball. And little miscommunication there. Thought Carter was going to cut, and he throws that one out of bounds.
I think Carter was there and then went on out for the three-point spot up. Now, if you're the Mountaineers, you got to get a stop here. Try to preserve that little miscommunication there. Make sure it doesn't cost you.
Exactly. Just because you get that turnover on one end doesn't mean you should give up the bucket on the other. And they're fighting for it, but can't get the rebound. They feed it down low. And Mitchell can't get it to go, but foul is called, so he's going to go back to the free throw line.
Number 33,
Foul on Embry.
And I think if you go earlier in that play, you saw Embry get a hit straight to the chest. He went flying back, and no offensive foul called, which is what I was talking about earlier, seeing if we do the same thing that we were calling on Quay Charlton earlier. Consistency is all that you ask as a coach.
And they knock down that first free throw from Mitchell. And he goes 2 for 2 from the line that time. So Mountaineers really got to execute on the offensive end right here. Just got to get some momentum and string together a couple of buckets. Carter with it. Drives baseline. Past his defender.
Wow. What a tough shot, going through a little bit of contact, a little off balance and bad angle, and still got it in.
And that's what he does. You know, he makes a living off of hitting those tough shots.
Well, you know, and some people would say those are bad shots, but when he does it so consistently,
right,
it becomes just a thing.
It goes in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And Charlton with it, he gives it up to Cottle. They're looking to feed it into Embry. Can't create enough space. Cottle through the middle, and he is fouled on the drive. That's going to send him to the line. And Cottle, fantastic free throw shooter, hopefully knocking these down.
Number 5.
If I'm keeping it a buck, I would say that the The foul, I don't think actually happened on the shot. It looked like he got hit in the face twice before the block.
And checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 3, McLaughlin. And in for our Mountaineers going to be number 2, Hudson, number 3, Miller, and back ends number 50, Keebler. And Cotto going back to the line. There it is. He knocks down that first one, so he's going to get the other attempt.
So I guess they did give it to him on the floor.
But thankfully they're in the bonus.
Yeah.
He knocks down that first one. And there it is, 2 for 2 from the line that time, making an 11-point game, 2 minutes remaining. So if you're the Mountaineers, really got to lock down on defense right here, get a stop, and trim that lead before going into the half.
Good job there by Keebler, staying straight up, just blocking the space.
And then great rebound, good job keeping it high, out of reach, and Hudson inside and blocked.
Good job by Keebler on the follow there too. Good drive by Keebler on Hudson right away.
Yep, and Keebler providing some impact on both ends of the floor like we were talking about. And another defensive stop. And they shoot the floater. And Cotto with the rebound right there. And you can see the kind of impact that Keebler has, forcing them to stop going inside and shoot that little floater, and he short-armed it.
Little stoppage here for an injury. Kevion Hudson.
And checking in for him is going to be number 23, Carter. And I don't even remember Carter going off the floor.
Yeah, he came out during the free throws there a moment ago, and it looked like Hudson had a lot of contact on that drive attempt, and came down a little funny. I know he's been dealing with a little bit of a hip injury, I believe. Oh, wow.
Side and
way to thread the needle there by Isaac Cottle on that one. And good hands by Keebler.
Yep, that was a slick feed right there. That's going to send Keebler to the line. And the senior getting his first opportunity for some points right here.
Well, he had the layup off of the
That
the
is
miss.
true.
One thing I love about Keebler is, as a big man, and you know, probably the largest on our team, very consistent from the free throw line, knocking them down.
And that gives you such flexibility in those crunch time moments, because a lot of bigs really can't shoot the free throw, but that way you can have him in there for defense, you know,
Exactly.
check the rim, and if he happens to be the one fouled, you can be all right. And they move it to the free throw line, pull-up jumper, knocks that one down, Mitchell does.
And that was good defense, just a little bit better on the shot there.
And Carter looking to drive. Cotto, deep range, no good. Rebound secured by Mingledorf.
You want to stop here if you're the Mountaineers, because they have gotten this lead down to 9 now.
Yep.
You don't want to put it back into double digits.
Ball saved. Cotto with it, skips it up to Miller, back to Cotto, and threw it a little behind him. Like they say in football, you want to lead your receiver.
Yeah.
And on the wing for 3. Can't get that one to go. Miller with it. Charlton leading the break. Takes it into the teeth of the D, and
That's what he's really good at right there.
he's so aggressive on the drive, forcing the issue, and that's going to send him to the line with a chance to keep trimming this lead, keep it within single digits. And Charlton knocks down that first one. And that is 2 for 2 from the line that time, making it a 7-point game. Checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 12, Dearman, and in for the Mountaineers going to be number 33, Embry.
Good defensive switch here by Coach Hemingway, making sure that Quay Charlton doesn't risk picking up a third foul with under 30 seconds left in this first half.
Go through, Darren.
Yep, and MJ also provides a little more rebounding presence.
Yep. Give you a little more size.
Yep, with Keebler in there, so making sure to close out the possession. The pull-up jumper knocked it down, but still gave the Mountaineers some time. 5 seconds, 3 seconds. Miller back to Cottle. Cottle from half court.
Whoa, no foul on that.
And the ref's just looking away.
Is it a foul? Okay, we got a foul here on the other side.
Call it. And a little discussion as to whether it was.
That's got to be 3 shots, yeah.
Yep. And they're going to call it. That's 3 free throws coming for Isaac Cottle. And great opportunity right here to keep trimming that lead before you go into the locker room.
I know a lot of the Methodist players probably don't agree with that call, but when you back into a player and he's coming down, that's a foul all the time.
Yep. And, you know, those rules are in place to protect the offensive player. You don't want a rolled ankle or anything. You've got to give them adequate room to land.
They're shooting free.
So they've now added 0.4 seconds back on the clock. Opportunity here for Isaac Cottle to knock this lead down to 6.
And that first one rattled around, but he knocked it down.
Second shot of 3. Cottle.
And Cottle makes 2 of them so far.
Third shot.
And there it is, 3 for 3, giving them a 6-point deficit. They just run the clock out. So we're going into half, a 6-point game. Berea 32, Methodist 38. Stay tuned, and we will be back with the second half of action.
the top there. And
it's close. Going to be Burden with the ball. And they feed it inside down low. Trying to post up and shot it blocked. And they're going to call the foul. Looked like it was all ball from our end.
I'm not sure what else Dakota May is supposed to do on that block. And he held the ball in the guy's hand.
If anything, I was expecting a jump call.
Yeah.
But they're going to send number 33, Manley, to the line. He knocks down that first one. And the Mountaineers into that half with a little bit of momentum, some free throws that went their way. And, you know, Cottle's playing pretty well for the Mountaineers, the leading scorer. He has 12 points. And expect Carter to get a couple more shots here. He only has 7 as of right now. And ball stolen away, good anticipation, and they get that breakaway to go. Dearman with the layup.
Boy, Charlton having to make a decision there. Do I take my third foul or let him get an easy layup? And he opted for the layup, and there you go. Ivan Cottle gets it back.
Gets the and one, getting the hoop and the harm.
And what I've noticed a lot is the Mountaineers are actually getting a lot of penetration coming from those side flanks. So if you get to the wing and you can get a ball and have somebody one-on-one with some space, you might be able to get around them, get to the rim, and hence get to the free throw line.
Yep.
Hopefully with an and one.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of getting it into the playmakers' hands with Cottle or Carter on the wings and just giving them space to drive because they're so lethal on that drive.
And I think you got multiple players who can play that way. You got Charlton, you have Cottle, you have
Hudson as well.
Yeah, you have Hudson who can make that move. That's his probably favorite move. Even Andrew Doty, when you get the big man who he's faster than out there, can make those moves and get some open opportunities.
And then they usually space the floor with a couple of shooters, so if the defense crashes, you're able to kick it out and get it to the open man. Manley gets his own rebound to put that one back up and in. And the 9-point game. Mountaineers got to execute right here. Carter with the drive, gets past his defender, puts it back up, and no good. Couple shots there, just couldn't get it to fall.
Yeah, good penetration there, just could not get the ball to go through the rim.
And Mitchell at the top of the key. They're looking to get it into Manley. Mays being physical. And a little too physical. They call the foul on that one. It's going to send Manley to the line.
Number 14, Mays, called for push.
That's Mays' second foul. And checking in for the Mountaineers, we got number 2 Hudson, number 3 Miller, and number 50 Keebler. Gonna wait till after this free throw. And in for the Monarchs gonna be number 3 McLaughlin. And this is one of those lineups that we talk about a lot, though. 4 shooters with a big inside, and for Berea, you can create a lot of opportunity. And Keebler can also step out and hit a perimeter jumper if need be. Turnover right there.
I thought Kevion might have thrown it off of the guy who was on the ground, but apparently he missed.
Just ended up bouncing it off the ground.
Little horizontal dodgeball going on. That sounds like a really fun game, to be honest.
Horizontal dodgeball. I'd play that.
Oh, yeah.
And Manley gets the rebound and tried to put it back up. Gonna say
foul called on Terrell Carter there.
His second foul. And calling it tight here to start the half. And Manley misses that first one. Too strong up the rim.
Lead back out to 11 for the Monarchs right now.
And he knocks down that second one. So free throws, something that both teams have really excelled at today, only missing one apiece. Hudson giving it up to Cottle. Pull up three. Couldn't get that one to go. But not a bad shot, you know. Open shot from one of your best shooters.
Yeah, he's just been unable to find a lot of those today. Had the opportunity, just hadn't knocked him down so far. Love to see him start getting hot, though.
And Manley step back, blocked by Carter. And Berea basketball out of bounds.
Great job there by Carter.
And Carter a little too quick and too athletic to get that shot off.
I believe that's his third or fourth block of this game already.
And in the comparison you made earlier, a Dwayne Wade type of player, a two guard that's just going to go up there and not afraid to challenge anybody at the rim. And Carter goes in there, and he can't get the layup to go, but he's fouled, and that's going to be 2 free throws. And good aggressiveness from Carter on both ends of the floor. Really doing a good job of leading his team. They've struggled to get anything going offensively, so maybe this will give them a little bit of momentum. And too strong on that one. Carter lining up for number 2. And he splits the free throws there, so still an 11-point game. And for the Mountaineers, you really got to keep trimming it down to single digits and just avoid letting them get back up 10 plus. The drive inside takes it all the way around. Ball goes out of bounds. Methodist basketball. Checking into the game for the Mountaineers is going to be number 10, Quay Charlton. They inbound it to the corner, the baseline drive. A little pop shot, no good. Rebound Keebler, and immediately turned it over. Shot is blocked, but they're going to call the foul. And Keebler a little frustrated down there. Yeah, did a good job to get the rebound, tried to get the outlet pass, and just needed to slow himself down a second or two.
Yeah, I think that's where you got to get big men who are a little calm there. You want to see Keeb just slow it down a little bit, keep his head, find the right outlet.
Yep. And checking in for the Mountaineers is going to be number 33, Embry. So Dearman at the line for a second. And he knocks that one down, giving them the 13-point lead. Embry turning it over on the inbound.
You got to be smarter with the ball if you're MJ Embry there. Had Quay Charlton out on the wing, pretty much uncontested.
And the double clutch layup goes from Manley, and the Methodist Monarchs putting together a little bit of a string of buckets here. Then you get one, Keebler inside, fouled hard, and he's going to the line for some free throws. And great recognition to skip that one up court.
Yeah.
Keeb all alone down there. Timeout called on the floor, just under 16 remaining in this one. Score is Berea 36, Methodist 51. Ready to get back into this one, just under 16 minutes remaining, and time for the Mountaineers to start mounting a little bit of a comeback right here. And definitely plenty of time Got some good momentum right here. Keebler can knock down these free throws. We've seen him do it before.
Good shot there by the big man. Knock down that first one.
And for a 6'10" player, smooth stroke from the line. Something that you don't see every day. Little Dirk-esque type of player. And he knocks down both free throws right there. So Keebler with 6 points now in the game, and some point production that you don't always see from him.
Right. Good tip away there by Keebler as well.
And McLaughlin with it, guarded by Miller. And good handles from the big man right there by Mitchell to get around. And Charlton with it. Swarmed by defenders, but they're going to call the reaching foul. Foul is on number 10, Charlton. Or not
10 for the other team, yeah.
10, Burden. I was looking at Charlton when I said it.
Oh, yeah. Well, he has number 10 then.
10, close enough.
Yeah.
They feed it inside to Keebler and try to make a move right there.
Come on, let
Let me say there's a little contact down there.
Wow. It's his third there, and that's what we talked about earlier, getting them in some foul trouble if you penetrate a lot.
Yep, something to keep an eye on right there and see how aggressive the Mountaineers are.
There you go.
Moving it around the perimeter. May steps into the three, and there it is. And he gets his first points of the night. The senior knocks one down from deep. And May's another one of those pretty streaky players. If he can get a couple to go, he could light this gym up. And they knock down the jumper on the other end. Manley with it.
And Manley has been one of the biggest threats offensively here for the Monarchs.
And Manley's playing Manley. I just give it to him.
So if you're the Mountaineers, you got to figure out a way to put a stop to him.
And Charlton, inside drive. Can't get that one to go. Fighting for the rebound, hits the deck, and no call.
I think he might have got hit by something else before he hit the deck.
And what a save right there. And they no good on the three. Miller with the rebound, skips it up, and another one of those turnovers where they get the rebound, stop the possession, and then just give it right back.
Got to have better ball security there.
And Mitchell goes inside, gets the and one. Foul is on Keebler.
That's one of those we talked about, a few times this season. If you're going to take the foul, you got to make sure the and one's not going to happen.
And checking in for Keebler is going to be number 30, Doty. And Doty with 2 fouls as well. Got to be cautious to not pick up a couple early. Hayes gives it up to Miller. And really the big thing for the Mountaineers at this point, obviously hitting shots, number one, but the second thing is just focusing on turnovers. Calm yourself down. Play at your pace. Don't let them speed you up.
Yeah, strangely enough, first half, Berea only had a few turnovers, not very many.
Only had 7 turnovers.
7, yeah, and I feel like we've had 7 in this first, 7 minutes here.
And definitely something to iron out as you progress through this game, and the lower your turnovers are, the better a chance you always have to win. So he knocks down that first free throw.
And I think the sign of a good player is figuring out how to adjust to the mistakes and figuring out how to change those. We've made the same mistake 2 or 3 times now, so you'd like to see one of the leaders kind of step up and say, hey guys, look, calm down. Let's make sure we make passes that are there. Don't try to force anything.
Yeah, I think you made a good point right there. It's in moments like this, how do you respond as Mays comes away with a steal, but
threw a bad pass there. So,
it's how do you respond? You're down a little bit right here, but definitely still have time to start mounting this comeback. But you're going to start on the defensive end, getting those stops, and then on the offensive end, you got to give yourself an opportunity and cut down on the turnovers.
And those are momentum killers. When you've made a stop, you're excited. Hey, we made a stop. Good job. Then you turn it right back over. Now you're back on defense. It's rough.
Yep, and you got to get back in transition. The drive is no good, but he's fouled. That's going to send Dearman to the line. And foul called on number 3, Miller. And Dearman misses that first one. So checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 30, Mingledorf. And then in for our Mountaineers going to be number 5, Cottle, and number 23, Carter. So the 1-2 punch checks back in for the Mountaineers, and looking to get a little scoring on the floor. And he knocks down that second one, so Dearman goes 2-2 that time. Ball goes out of bounds, still Berea possession. Cotto gets it into Hudson. Skips it to Charlton. Doty down low on the block.
There it is.
That to go in. Strong move right there. Good recognition to skip it up court. See that he had the one-on-one matchup, and Doty capitalizes.
And the good thing about that big man is you can trust Doty to take advantage of those opportunities. Might not always knock down the shot, but he's going to create the opportunity.
Yep, really good hands for a big, and good recognition to be able to score that one. Manley continues his hot night as he hits that jumper. Inbound goes to Hudson, back to Cottle. Skips it up to Charlton. And clears it out in the paint. I'm going to say an offensive foul right there. Foul on Doty. Wow. I agree that it was a hard screen. I don't know if
I think that was just a good screen.
Yeah. Just say that's a solid guy down there.
I think his teammates left him on the line there. They didn't tell him that screen was coming.
And the long three is good. Burden knocks that one down. Needed to communicate a little more on that pick and roll. Hudson at the half-court line. Carter gets it through. Charlton in the corner for 3. There it is. He knocks down that one from deep. And that's exactly what you wanted to see if you're the Mountaineers. Get that one bucket, and now if you can string together a couple of stops, who knows, get right back into this.
And that's the issue so far, has been getting those stops, especially on this man right here.
So Manley on Doty. Facing up, gets past him, and we're going to call the foul on the drive. That's going to send Manley to the line, and that is Doty's 3rd foul.
Wow. That's rough.
And a timeout called on the floor with 11 and a half minutes remaining in our final half. Its score is Berea 48, Methodist 63.
Hey, you better just run up and down to get warm.
Okay, and we're about ready to get back into this one. Last one we left off. Manley going to the line for some free throws. Methodist currently in the bonus, so every foul from here on out is going to give them a free throw.
Manley's had a very good game this afternoon.
He misses that first free throw. And I think on the other end, the Mountaineers need to be doing the same thing, is driving the ball, forcing the issues, getting to the free throw line. Checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 42, Zaire Edwards. And Cottle has the basketball for the Mountaineers. Gives it up to Charlton. The drive inside.
And
Gets
one.
the and one. The hoop plus the arm. He's going to the line for one more.
Chance here to knock this lead down to 13. 11 minutes left. More than enough time, like we saw in the first half, to cut that lead down.
Yeah, knock it down to 13, get a stop, maybe hit a three the other way, and boom, it's a 10-point game.
Yep.
And there it is. Good free throw from Charlton. Gets the and one attempt. Now it really comes down to the defensive end. What kind of work can you get going on this side? And an opportunity for the Mountaineers as Manley is checked out of the game.
And here's a walk here. Actually, surprisingly, I was looking at the stats. It looks like the point leaders for Methodist that first half were actually number 24 Mitchell and number 10 Burden. Manley only with 2 points, but it seems like his name was called out a lot more. Yeah.
And Cotto with it, picks up his dribble. Charlton dancing a little bit, gets past his man.
Yep.
Almost got the end one, but great recognition, getting it inside and creating the contact, going back to the free throw line.
So we need a trainer on the floor here for a second.
Gets up, a little shaken up there, saying that his forearm, his elbow, maybe his wrist. And he said, trying to stay on the floor, but they're going to pull him.
Yeah, they have to once the trainer comes out.
Just maybe a little stinger on the elbow. I've been through that a couple times where your elbow just hits that funny bone, as they like to call it. It's not funny when it happens to you. And Charlton knocks down that free throw right there, making it a 12-point lead for the Monarchs. Going to the line for number 2. And good shooting right there. Took 2, trimming that lead little by little. And a stop right here and a score on the other end makes it single digits. But starts with a stop.
Yep. Mountaineers no stranger to this position. Even in that big win we talked about at the top of the broadcast last game here, they were down at halftime and made a huge comeback to win by 6.
Yep, and the Mountaineers play from behind a lot as Hudson out on the break. Charlton in the corner for 3. Can't get it
job by Terrell Carter on that acrobatic tip in.
And there you go. That's what he does, and it is a 9-point lead for the Monarchs. Mountaineers fighting back right here, but you got to keep this momentum going, you know. Keep getting stops. Keep scoring on the other end. They go for the lob and get that one to go.
Just a missed assignment there, but still a chance for the Mountaineers to cut into the lead even more here.
Charlton drives, contact, no call, but Jackson tried to hang in there, get that putback to go.
There it is.
They finally get one to go their way. Good save by Cottle, good points by Jackson, and it's still a 9-point game.
Now you can see it seems like the team and the bench more engaged right now.
Yep, they know their season's coming down to the wire right here. You got to leave everything out on the court because there's no guarantee you're going to play again. And especially for these seniors, you know, Jackson, the only senior on the court right now, and he knows how much this game means to him.
Oh yeah, there's no tomorrow at this point. Good job by Isaac Cottle getting that position there.
Great box out and forces the over the back call, and Berea basketball. Now we're in the bonus. That is going to send Cottle to the free throw line. And free throws are exactly what you want. Stops the clock, easy shots, plenty of time.
And it also gives number 12 his 4th foul. Dearman
with 12, something to watch. And checking in for the Monarchs going to be number 15, Andrew Steve. And Cotto going to the line. And he knocks down that first free throw there. And 2 for 2 from the line that time, making it a 7-point game, and the Mountaineers fighting back into this one.
Yeah, need to get another stop here and convert something else on the other end.
Yep, it's definitely within reach, but you got to start, keep playing well. Keep this momentum on your side.
Keep that momentum going. Keep the high intensity on the defensive end and turn it into some smart offense.
And that's really how they fought back into this one, just effort on both ends of the floor. And in the corner, McLaughlin for 3. He knocks it down, and a little late rotation from the Mountaineers. The ball movement got him out of place.
Keep him in front.
Cottle the drive.
Good job.
It's the and one.
Gonna get 3 the old-fashioned way, hopefully, here.
It is. And says, okay, we gave up a 3. Let me go get 3 right back. Checking back in is going to be number 33, Manley.
33, Manley.
You're real ridiculous.
Cottle shooting 1.
And Cottle for the and 1 free throw attempt. And boom, that is. Gets the free throw, gets the bucket as well. 7-point game.
Triple!
So now, can you get a stop? That's the question for the Mountaineers. Can you get a couple stops?
Not that way.
And they slam it down. Burden with the dunk right there, and some late rotation.
They went to man-to-man and didn't communicate well on the switch there.
Carter with it. Coming the other end and blocked from behind. So Mountaineers still 9-point game. Just got to get a stop. And they feed it to the baseline. Manley for 3. No good. Rebound, Jackson.
One of the rare misses for him second half. Good rebound there by Ja.
And
Keep him in front of you.
Dalton gets past his man inside. And just short on the layup. And that's hard. You hate to see that.
I think you still keep looking for that opportunity. I think Charlton can take that man off the dribble pretty much the whole second half if he wants to.
Oh, yeah, and that's a great look. And, that's right in his wheelhouse. That's what he loves to do. You just got to knock it down next time. And Burden misses the free throw.
Good job there by Jackson crashing the boards.
Yep. Charlton all the way inside, and another missed layup, but Jackson with the putback, and he's slamming it down. A little momentum and energy plays like we were talking about.
We can dunk too.
So you got one on us, we'll get one on you. And Jackson firing it up. His teammates, the bench were on their feet. Mitchell misses the 3. Manley rebound.
Yeah.
And
Terrell got caught with his hand in the cookie jar there for a second. Smart play there by the rebounder, going up with the hand on his arm already.
Yep, and timeout called on the floor. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this one. Exciting game we got going. Score is Berea 64, Methodist 71.
In for Monarchs, number 11.
No, that's from the first half. All right, and we're ready to get back into the action here. Manley going to the free throw line. And he knocks down that first free throw.
Second shot on Manley.
And Manley gets that second one to go. So Still a 9-point game within single digits. Mountaineers are in the double bonus, so any kind of foul is going to give them 2 shots. Miller for 3. Can't get that one to go. And the drive from Burton.
Blocked by Terrell.
And Carter gets his hand on another block. That's probably his 5th one. And he continues to impact on the defensive end. And Burton thought he had an easy shot right there, and Carter comes flying in out of nowhere. Got 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Good rotation there by the Mountaineers.
Yep, good job closing out on the shooters. Nearly got that steal.
Yeah. Good job closing down that high post, which is the weakness we've been seeing.
And great defensive possession by the Mountaineers. They seal it with a rebound from Doty, and that's exactly what you need to do to keep trimming this lead. Charlton for 3. And there it is. Huge shot. Puts them within 6. 2-possession game.
Got to get another stop here. Good job keeping the defense intensity high. We want to see that one more time here, at least.
Yeah, probably a couple
times. A few more times, but right here would be a good place to get a stop and keep that momentum going forward.
And swinging it around the perimeter outside for 3, no good. Got to get that rebound.
Good job by Cottle.
Yep. Skips it up to Carter. Carter taking it inside, fouled. And that's going to send him to the line for 2 free throws. Great opportunity to put it within 4 right here.
Number 3 for Lawrence McLaughlin Hall for the
Mountaineers stringing together a couple of good possessions back to back, especially on that defensive end.
shooting 2.
Just let things hang around. You can't guard it. That's what we ran. Wide open.
And he knocks down that first one. And there it is. Knocks down that second free throw. So a 4-point game, 5.5 remaining. Whole lot of time left on the clock. And got to keep the defensive momentum going for the Mountaineers. They've been swarming and harassing on this end. Get it into Mitchell to Manley. And didn't really see a whole lot of contact over here.
I'm not sure if the ref did either. I think he just blew his whistle and had to make something. that was all the other contact that's happened that has been called nothing. That was surprising.
And that's going to send Manley to the line. Knocks down that free throw, gives them the 5-point lead. And the second one is good. So a 6-point lead, still only 2 possessions. Mountaineers just got to execute on this offensive end. Cottle inside and foul on the floor, but double bonus. They're going to go to the free throw line. Cottle.
Come on!
Number 33,
Maybe a makeup call there. I'm not sure.
Trying to foul us out on purpose?
Calling everything.
That's his 4th there for Manley.
Something to keep an eye on here and see how much longer he can stay on the court. And Cottle knocks down that first free throw.
So that puts 4 on Manley and 4 on Dearman, both on the court currently.
And 2 of the better players for Methodist, especially Manley in this second half, playing really well. And we'll see how the Berea offense handles that last foul. I say drive it in, Adam, force the issue. And Dearman with it. They get it inside, and shot is blocked by Cottle. Carter with the rebound. Moving it up court, Charlton for 3, fakes the 3, step back. And
good job there by Charlton as a freshman, having the head to say, you know what, we're not going to force this. Let's get something out of this possession.
Yep, could have taken that quick three, but decided to wait and get a better look.
And that's a better look.
Oh, had the opportunity. Charlton fighting for that rebound. Can't get that one.
But that was the better look. You got a wide open three for Tariq Miller there.
And timeout called on the floor with 4 minutes remaining in this one. 4-point game. Berea 71, Methodist 75.
Timeout is converted to 4 minutes. Media timeout. Checking in after the media timeout for Berea number 4 Jackson.
Okay, so we're set to get back into the action here. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this one. 4-point game. It's going to be Methodist ball. And ref having a little discussion. It's going to be Dearman to inbound.
Oh, good hands there by Jair Jackson, almost knocking it away, causing the turnover right away out of that timeout.
Yep, great defensive recognition, and just enough to slow the offense down. The pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it's Berea basketball. And I guess it had went out of bounds prior to Hudson trying to save it. So, 4-point game, under 4 remaining. Berea has the possession, chance to put it within 2, possibly 1. Maybe 0 if it's real good.
Speak it into existence there, Lane. Speak it into existence.
I'm taking notes, Joe. I'm learning.
Oh, yeah.
And they turn it over. Carter coming back. Met with a little contact at the rim. It's going to be Dearman going to the line.
Number 23, Carter for the Mountaineers. For the push is fourth. 12, Dearman.
All right, Dearman at the line. And he knocks down that first one, giving them the 5-point lead.
Second shot, Dearman.
And no good on that one. Splitting the free throws there. 5-point game. Now you really got to come down and execute on this possession. Make sure you're getting a good look at a high percentage shot. Carter with the ball, top of the key. Back to Cottle. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Screen from Jackson. Hudson, wing 3. And, oh, man.
All around and right back out of there. That was a good find.
Yeah. Thought he had that one, went all the way around. Just couldn't get it to go.
Still enough time here if you're Berea. Get some stops.
Yep, absolutely. He's got a lockdown on the defensive end. Anything can happen. And Mitchell with the jumper, no good.
And I think that is definitely what you prefer, is that long jumper.
And then Carter with the rebound, he gets fouled.
Foul number 33, that's his 5th.
And Manley is done for the night. You know, you got to commend the effort. Played hard.
He's had a really good second half here. And
absolutely.
That's a big loss for the Monarchs.
And maybe a potential game changer for the Mountaineers, being able to take advantage of that, because without his scoring on the offensive end, it might be a little easier to get those stops.
Yeah.
And Carter knocks down that first free throw. Checking into the game for our Mountaineers going to be number 30, Andrew Doty.
I think what that creates for the Mountaineers also is one big man who's a scoring threat, number 24. Now you can focus more attention on him instead of cheating over.
And that is, he knocks down that second one, making it a 3-point game, 1 possession. Get a step right here, and anything could happen. It's going to be Burden with the ball. It's going to be interesting to see who the Monarchs feed their offense through now. Try to get it into Mitchell.
I think it's going to probably be number 10, Burden, or number 24, Mitchell, who consistently is going to be in possession looking for the scores.
Yep, and Berea still in this 2-3.
You got to watch that back cut by number 30. He's been looking for it the last 2 rotations of the ball and hasn't been able to get it.
And Mitchell, a couple opportunities, couldn't get it to go, gets a third offensive rebound, and the reverse layup is good.
And that's a backbreaker. If you're the Mountaineers, you got to make sure you clean up the boards.
Yep,
Can't give them that many opportunities.
Had a good chance to close out the possession, couldn't get it, and Cottle misses his corner jumper, and that's a good shot for him. Couldn't get that one to go.
5-point game, 90 seconds left. Methodist here going to try to look to slow down the ball, excuse me.
The inside shot blocked from behind by Carter, not today, and he gets his 6th block and just continues to dominate on that end. And a timeout called on the floor. 5-point game, less than 90 seconds in this one. Berea 73, Methodist 78.